Welcome back to Julie's Wreath Boutique. Tonight, we're going to learn something different. It's not quite a wreath, but it uses wreath supplies. So what we're going to do is we are going to take a tomato cage. Yes, you can still get tomato cages even though it's Christmas time, and you can make a Christmas tree out of it. I used to make these years ago when I first started making wreaths, and I got inspired when I saw Renee Scalise in my group sharing her design. I don't think I did her justice. She did a wonderful job, and you can go find her page. I will leave it all in the description box below, but let Renee know how thankful we are that she shared her talent tonight. Hey there, so we're going to take a tomato cage, and if I'm looking over to the side, it is because I'm filming from two different devices. So this will be fun. So you're just going to take your tomato cage, any size you want. Look at me looking at my phone, looking all mean. But I'm going to take it and look at me looking here. I'm just like making fun of myself today. We're going to zip tie the top of it, and I used about 3 zip ties. And then we're going to take this wire. This was 20 gauge. You could use, Renee used 16 gauge wire, and I just went from the top to the bottom. And when I would get to the ring, I would wrap it around that ring, okay? Now, if you want more wires on your cage, feel free to do that. I don't think I did this justice, Renee. I'm so sorry. I think yours looks a lot better than mine, but this is just kind of a recipe for you guys. And I used to make these a long time ago, in the very early stages of my wreath making, and I would take these to craft shows, and they were such a big hit. So this next step that we're going to do is we're going to take some Christmas lights, and I just, not Velcro. Julie, what are you talking about? You're just going to take a zip tie, and I don't zip tie every area, but I do zip tie some of them. And you're just going to zip tie them wherever you want it to be, okay? That's pretty much it. So I put it all on. 100 lights worked fine. I could have used more, but it's what I had. So I took these two 21-inch rolls of mesh that I got from the Wreath shop, and hopefully they still have some. And I started it at the bottom of my frame. Now, when I look at Renee's, I'm wondering if she went vertically instead of horizontally like I'm doing here. So I started off, and we are just going to go around, and I'm going to just take about 8 to 10 inches. I'm not measuring it here. You see how much I'm taking there. And I'm going to connect it to the next spot, which was the wire that we created, okay? Now, you're just going to do this for the first layer. I went around and I did this to each spot, and then the second time I go around, I just take it to the green post, and then we alternate each one. And there will be holes, but we will fill those up with some curls here in a minute. Now, if I had to do this over again, I would have gotten 3 rolls of this mesh. But, I can't go back and fix it. I got to work with what I have, right? And that's what I want you guys to do too. Sometimes you have to work with what you have. So I know I'm kind of in the way here. I apologize, but this is a different way for me to film. And so, and I wasn't feeling good. I feel like I've had this like cold for a month now. So if I look a little mean, that's because I'm just not feeling good here. But this is where I take it, and instead of going to the next wire, see, I think about it, but I go to the next green one. So this is the second layer. You're just going to go, and you're going to go to the 3 prongs that are the green part of this tomato cage. Believe it or not, when my husband picked this up for me, he picked it up at Lowe's. They had green and red. So they know what we're doing here, guys. They're doing this for crafting. So go to your local hardware store. They should have some for you still in stock. So we're just going to go around now, and I'm going to skip that, that wire that we put in, and we're just going to go to the green. And then when we go around the second time, or the third time actually, we're going to do the bubbles on each of the wires. So you're going to alternate is basically what I want you to think of. All right. And this is going to help hide some of our little gaps. So I'm sorry I'm standing like right in front of the shot here. And you can see the hair that's falling out of my head onto my shirt. Oh, well, so here I go fast. And man, I wish I could work this fast in real life. Wouldn't that be nice? This is not an hour-long project. This is going to take you several hours to do. So give yourself a break. So basically what I'm doing here, Okay, we're at the end. I made one more loop and then I just pushed the mesh inside, opened up the next one, and then we're going to add some more. So you're just going to go back and forth the same way I told you. First, you're going to do all the different wires. Second, you're only going to do the green ones, the 3 main wires. But as we get through here, you can see my cluttered craft room studio in the background. But anyways, I wanted to slow down just a bit here and show you when you get to the top, this is where I could have used more mesh. And you can see I have some gaps, but that was actually the back of my Christmas tree. I made one side the back, and I actually made this, I decided to put this in the family room because we don't have a Christmas tree down here, and I've just been meaning to get one. And instead of buying a whole new Christmas tree, why not make this and then just put it out every year? That's easy. I love that, right? We love easy around here. So there's that. Okay, so the next part is we're going to do some fill in. If I had to do it over again, I would buy 3 rolls of the 19-inch, but we're going to take this light green poly burlap. I'm going to cut it 13 inches apart with my wood burner. It's on a glass cutting board. If you see the little lights shining through, you know I'm using a glass cutting board. So we're going to take a piece and we're going to prep these before we put them on our tree. We're just going to curl, and then we're going to gather, and then I'm going to take it and take a pipe cleaner and go in the middle. Kind of looks like I don't know, the ends of a Tootsie Roll or something. But you're just going to twist it, and then I do this to all the mesh so we have it to put on our tree. So when you have it all together, you're just going to go through and add these curls wherever you feel like you need a little bit of filler. Like I said, you could do a whole tree like this, but you would just need to do it in such a way that you'd have enough lines going around it. But Renee did such a beautiful job. Make sure you go check her out on her page. I'm going to leave the link in the description box below. And this was so much fun to make, and I hope that you will take the time to make it. I got these little like candy stems from Brian Lane's Designs. Go check his shop out and see if they have any more. But he sent these earlier to me in October when we made that Candy Land swag. So make sure to check him out, and I'll leave his link in the description box as well. I didn't need to secure these all with a pipe cleaner or a zip tie, but I did on some. I apologize for taking off my slippers there. I forgot that I had done that. Of course, when you do it from a different angle than you're used to, you show things that you might not want to show. So just add them any which way you want. Maybe connect them to the tree within the mesh. But listen, this was a fun project to make. And then I took some of this little white pom-pom garland that I've had from Hobby Lobby for quite a while. See, I'm like looking in the camera to see if it's still recording, and yeah, it was one of those days I wasn't feeling great, and as you can see, I look like I don't feel good. So let me show you how to make a bow, and the next step is you're going to take some ribbon, and we're going to just make a little loop, and we're going to squeeze it at the end, gather it, and then we're going to bring back another loop about the same size. Then I'm just going to take a pipe cleaner, I'm going to cut the ends there, and I'm going to wrap it around the middle, and then you've got the perfect little bows. And we're just going to put those around our tree. So like I said, I'm pretty serious today, guys. I'm looking at myself thinking, really, you don't have the Christmas spirit, Julie. But listen, if you made it this far in the video, we're almost done. You're going to see me add some more stuff. Leave me a Christmas tree in the comments, and I hope that this inspires you to make some more. We're just going to take these little Dollar Tree ornaments. This was all I could find that was red at my Dollar Tree. My Dollar Tree had slim pickings, let me tell you. So I just put 3, maybe 5 of these actually together, and I just wanted to make a little cluster of bulbs, and you don't have to spend a lot of money on this to make a beautiful, beautiful tree. But this is such a perfect little idea for your front porch, for somebody in a nursing home, for somebody who doesn't want to decorate a tree. This makes it so easy, and I just added some more bulbs here and there with a pipe cleaner and just twisted it on, and this is how it turned out. This is in the basement of my house, yep, and the kids are going to love it. So now we have a little Christmas tree at the end. Make sure you come back next week and we'll have a new video here on Julie's Wreath Boutique. Bye-bye.